Very good morning, students. You are welcome to online classes of Oriental Public School. Today I am here with a video of class 10 political science, and your topic is federalism. And this is the last video of this chapter. Already I have given you many videos on this chapter. And today we are going to start our point, which is relation between the central and state government. And in this video we are going to discuss on the very topic center state relationship. Here we will discuss about in India what is the relation between the central and state government, how they are helping each other and ruling the same citizen of the country. As you know, restructuring the center-state relation is one more way in which federalism has been strengthened in the practice. I mean to say, if you want to strengthen the federalism, then you will have to restructure the center-state relationship, and there should not be any misconceptual understanding between the center and state government. As you know, already we have discussed the aspects of federalism. Means at least there should be mutual trust on each other and contract to live together. Until unless these two aspects are not existing there, means the central and state government cannot rule the same citizen. So we can say it is the crucial aspects of federalism. All this changed significantly after 1990, and these changes which strengthened the federalism in India came after 1990, and this period saw the rise of regional political parties. Earlier there were only fewer parties which were earlier existing in our country, and we were ruled by, as you know about the INC, Indian National Congress, and it was founded on 1885, and since that time this party is ruling in our country, and after just independence this single party has ruled up to 20 years continuously. Then the term came of the BJP. So when this Congress party split, numerous state and regional parties came into existence. That is why we say after 1990 many regional political parties in many states of the country, and this was also the beginning of the era of coalition government. As you know, coalition government is somewhat when a single party is not able to prove the majority in either we are talking about parliament house, legislative body, or state assemblies. Whatever is the total strength of that assembly, a party should get at least more than 50% constituencies to form the government. As you know, one constituency equals to one MP or MLA, while we are talking about MP that comes in Lok Sabha and MLA in the state assembly, which we call Vidhan Sabha. The coalition government and this form of coalition governments came after 1990, when many regional parties came into existence. I hope you have understood. And the next one is the third tier of government, which we called local government in India. The federal power sharing in India needs another tier of government below that of the state government, because in our country India maximum states are too populous, even large, in which a state government is not enough capable to handle and rule the state in a proper manner. If we compare the states of India with the European countries, we find that even some of the European countries like Belgium, these countries are still smaller than the states of India. If there may be requirement of more than two level or two tiers of government, then why not in India? That is why in India also need a third tier of government, because central government is already here and we need one more tier of government, that was the state government, and after that came third tier of government which we called local level government. So federal power sharing in India needs another tier of government below that of the state government, and it is called the local government. And third tier of government is known by local level government in our country. The local government, it is the third tier of government which is based on decentralization of power, where power is splitted out, not remains in one hand, it is divided. So decentralization of power is here. Example, urban government, which we initially known by municipality. Municipality rules in the urban areas, and rural government Panchayati Raj government initially we called. In urban areas we have two formats. One is municipal corporation and second one is municipality. The municipality exists in the small towns and cities. In large metropolitan cities we have municipal corporation. Municipal chairperson is the head of municipality, whereas mayor is the head of municipal corporation. And rural government system, Panchayati Raj government, we have at the bottom ward member, and above this we have Sarpanch, and after this we have Panchayat Samiti. At the district level we have Jila Parishad, and this is the structure of local level government that comes under decentralization. Now, amending the constitution means to strengthen the decentralization. As we know, decentralization has formed already the third tier of government, but it was not so powerful and superior. How to maintain this? That is why the coalition was amended to make the third tier of government more powerful and effective. Now it is constitutionally mandatory to hold regular elections to local government bodies. The seats are reserved in the elected bodies, and the executive heads of the institution for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. The ST, SC and OBC, earlier this was not happen. As we know, today in Lok Sabha we have 47 seats reserved for the scheduled tribes and 84 seats reserved for the scheduled caste and remaining for general people. And this division is based on the proportion of total population existing in our country. At last, 1/3 of the all positions are reserved for women. In the local level government, an independent institution called the State Election Commission has been created in each state to conduct panchayat and municipal elections. So here, as you know, earlier panchayat and municipal elections were not held regularly. That is why this institution has been created to conduct this election. That's why we can say an independent institution called the State Election Commission has been created in each state to conduct panchayat and municipal elections. And these were some of the initiatives taken by the constitution to strengthen the third tier of government in India, so it can also autonomously rule in our country. I hope you have understood the topic very well, and today we have finished this chapter, and in the next video I will come with some other chapters of the other subjects. So study properly, be safe, thank you, have a nice day.